Florida, the vacation place everyone wants to visit. If we do not stop global warming, there will be no more Florida to visit. Global warming affects everyone, and it is important to know the steps you can take to prevent it. It is understandable that many individuals do not prioritize doing their part to stop global warming, but they should for the sake of the future. I have done research in online state libraries on the topic of global warming. First, I will remind you what global warming is and what causes it. Second, I will tell you about how global warming affects us. Then, lastly, I will give you ways you can help prevent global warming. Even though global warming could have been prevented, humans have done little to stop it. Global warming is the steady growth of Earth's temperature, which is caused by many factors. One factor is greenhouse gas emissions. David Holzman tells us that the emissions of carbon dioxide are the main pollutant of greenhouse gases. Transportations like cars and trucks produce 27% of those carbon dioxide emissions, and gas and coal liquefaction increases carbon dioxide emissions by a combined 97%. Another factor of global warming is deforestation. Woods Hole Research Center stated that deforestation is adding to global warming by the decay of organic matter, releasing carbon dioxide and methane into the atmosphere. Deforestation is adding carbon dioxide into the atmosphere because of the poorness of soils in the tropics. Woods Hole Research Center also tells us that forests hold up to 2 times the amount of carbon dioxide within them that is in the atmosphere. The last factor that I am going to talk to you about is thermal pollution. Bo Nordell educates us on the heat dissipating from the global use of fossil fuels and nuclear power are the main sources of thermal pollution. Now that I have told you what global warming is and what the factors are, I will now tell you what the effects are on us. Global warming affects us in many different ways. One of those ways is that it will reduce air quality. According to climate.gov, extreme heat and poor air quality will increase the risk of underlying heart and respiratory conditions. If the temperature continues to rise, then there will be more heat-related illnesses and deaths. Another way global warming will affect us is the extreme weather changes. David Herring and Rebecca Lindsay state that there is an increase in large fires and dry areas, which will also lead to more air pollution. In wet tropical areas, there is an increase in intensity of rainfall. And the last effect that I'm going to discuss is the safety of our food. Climate.gov also tells us that global warming is decreasing the nutritional value in staple crops we produce, like rice. Global climate change is also causing mercury and other toxins to have higher levels in seafood. Both of these problems are increasing the risk of foodborne illnesses. Now that we have an understanding of why global warming is bad for us, I will now discuss ways we can reduce global warming. We can reduce global warming in many different ways. One of those ways is by powering our homes with renewable energy sources. The NRDC.org gives us 2 renewable energy resources, wind and solar power. KeyLifeHomes.com gives us examples like the rooftop solar panels and wind turbines that you can put within your home. Another way to reduce global warming is to reduce water waste. Volusia.org tells us to check for leaks in our appliances. And another way to reduce water waste is to shorten your showers that you are taking, or even take baths. Taking shorter showers allows us to not use as many gallons of water, since every 1 minute, 5 to 10 gallons of water is being used. The final way that it affects us is the final way that I'm going to discuss today to help limit global warming is to drive a fuel-efficient car. By driving a fuel-efficient car, NRDC.org tells us, we save fuel and we can also save money. Car manufacturers aim to raise the standards of cars to go 54 miles per gallon by 2025. Today I have discussed what global warming is and what causes it, and I also told you how it affects us, and lastly I just told you some ways that you can fix it yourself. It is understandable that many individuals do not prioritize doing their part to stop global warming, but they should for the sake of the future. Next time you are in your home, please remember to shut up the lights off when you aren't using them, and also turn off running faucets that aren't in use.